Man, I really wish I knew these secrets from Rezit.io before I sent out my last batch of CVs.
Oh, you and me both. Welcome to I Wish I Knew These Secrets from Rezit.io. In today's explainer, we are breaking down a massive, absolutely game-changing shift in how we approach the job market in 2026. If you've been banging your head against the wall trying to land that perfect role, you're definitely going to want to pay close attention to this one.
For sure. We've got some wildly eye-opening insights to share today about why the traditional job hunt is just completely broken, and how a totally new system is literally flipping the script. Let's just jump right into it. Okay, so look at this crazy contrast. On one side, you have this chaotic spray and pray method where people are blasting out applications to like 200 completely random roles using these fully automated AI bots. And then on the flip side, you have this targeted, totally controlled approach focusing on just 20 highly relevant roles.
Yeah, it's a shocking difference when you really think about it. I mean, we've all been tempted, right? The idea of just uploading your CV, hitting apply to all, and then just crossing your fingers. But as the source material from Rezit.io makes crystal clear, blindly firing off hundreds of applications, it just doesn't work, even with today's crazy advanced tech.
Exactly. You might feel like you're saving time, but really, you're actually just automating your own rejection. Which brings us to the core problem we really need to unpack today. Section 1. The full automation trap. Why pressing apply to all actually fails. So the fallout from going fully automated is honestly brutal. Think about it. When you remove your own control from the process, you entirely kill the quality. The very first major issue is that your applications get sent to completely irrelevant roles.
Right, and because the bot is basically just throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks, you end up with terrible keyword alignment. Your generic CV ends up failing the ATS filters, those applicant tracking systems, and getting sucked right into a digital black hole before a human being even glances at it.
And hey, even if you do somehow miraculously bypass those filters, you just end up in misaligned interviews. You're sitting there across from a hiring manager for a role that doesn't actually fit your expertise at all. You've wasted their time, and honestly, worse, you've wasted your own. Automation without oversight just becomes a ton of static noise. Section 2. The paradigm shift. Reverse application systems. Let's clearly define what this actually is. A reverse application system is all about totally flipping the traditional model on its head. Instead of painstakingly tailoring your CV and painfully applying to one single role at a time, you use specialized tools to instantly analyze the job descriptions, automatically optimize your CVs, and generate targeted applications at scale. And what's really fascinating about this approach is how it keeps your actual real-world experience front and center. It's not about making things up or lying just to beat an algorithm. It's about accurately translating the skills you already have into the exact language that the employer is desperately looking for, instantly. Let's break down how this actually flows in the real world. It's a pretty brilliant four-step process. Step 1, the system analyzes the job description instantly. Step 2, it optimizes your CV to match that specific description. Step 3, it generates the application at scale. And step 4, you keep your focus strictly on high-fit opportunities.
It literally takes you entirely out of the headache phase. No more spending your entire Sunday afternoon agonizing over rewriting your resume manually. Instead, you're just sitting back and reviewing a curated list of perfectly matched applications. It's this highly strategic, totally effortless flow. But the magic word here isn't just automation. It's how that automation is actually controlled.
Section 3, controlled automation. Working smarter, not harder. Okay, here is a metric that is going to make you sit up and pay attention. 95%.
That is wild.
I know, right? That is the massive amount of time you can actually save on applications when you use controlled automation. So the absolute crucial takeaway here is this. The most successful job seekers in 2026 aren't applying more. They are applying smarter. By keeping everything relevant and tailoring your documents automatically, you can save up to 95% of the time you used to spend endlessly tweaking bullet points.
It's just incredible. Instead of checking out of the process entirely, you're staying right there in the driver's seat, all while completely wiping out the tedious, mind-numbing manual labor, which perfectly sets up the tool that makes all of this a reality.
Section 4. Enter Rezit.io, your controlled automation engine. Just think back to the manual way of doing this. That meant spending an agonizing 30 to 45 minutes rewriting a CV from scratch for just one single role. We have all been there, just staring blankly at a screen, racking our brains to figure out which action verbs sound the most professional.
It is utterly exhausting. But contrast that nightmare with the Rezit.io way. You get the exact same perfectly tailored result. Actually, scratch that. A mathematically much better result in mere seconds. And you retain full control over the final output. It's like having an assistant that enhances your decision-making instead of just blindly replacing it.
Now, this tech actually relies on 3 core features to make sure your application survives those brutal hiring filters. First up is instant optimization. The outcome here? Your CV perfectly matches specific job descriptions right out of the gate. Second is keyword matching, and this one is so vital. It converts your resume into the exact keywords you need to beat those ruthless ATS and AI screening bots. But it does it without just clumsily stuffing the document with weird buzzwords.
Yeah, and finally, gap identification. Honestly, this is my favorite feature. It highlights missing profile traits. Basically, it shows you exactly where your past experience might not perfectly align with the job description, giving you the chance to address it before you even apply. It's a total game changer.
Section 5. The ultimate goal. Offers, not just interviews. So look, full blind automation might artificially spike your interview volume, sure. But controlled automation? That increases your precision. And those precision success factors are highly relevant applications, well-aligned experience, and strict tailoring to the specific role. Exactly. When your application hits those 3 exact factors, you perform dramatically better in the actual human interview. Why? Simply because the role is a verified, genuine fit for your expertise. That fundamental alignment is exactly what turns a polite, formal interview into a rock-solid job offer. Which brings us right to the core thesis of this entire explainer today. Automation isn't the advantage. Control is. I absolutely love that quote. This matters so much because you aren't fighting a losing battle against the bots anymore. You're actually directing them. The whole goal of job hunting in 2026 isn't to remove yourself from the equation. It's to remove the friction. It is entirely about leverage. By using reverse application systems, you're finally combining the raw brute force of AI speed with the precise strategic intent of a human being. So we want to leave you with one final, pretty provocative thought to chew on. Will you rely on blind automation, or will you actually take control of your 2026 job search? The tools are right there, waiting for you. And as we've seen from the data today, working smarter with controlled automation is literally the only way forward. It is time to stop pressing apply to all and start applying with absolute precision.
Huge thanks for joining us for this explainer. We really hope these insights help you completely transform how you approach your next big career move. Until next time, stay focused and take control.